Close enough now. Throw down these branches and show them who you really are. Uncle Teamwork, you and your son will lead the first battle. Brave Macduff and I will do the rest, according to our battle plan.
Good luck. If we meet Macbeth's army tonight, let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Blow all of the trumpets. They'll announce the news of blood and death.
They have tied me to a stake. I can't run away. I have to be brave, like a bear. Where's the man who wasn't born from a woman? He's the only one I fear, nobody else.
What is your name?
You'll be afraid to hear it.
No, I won't. Even if you were one of the worst demons in hell.
My name is Macbeth.
The devil himself couldn't have said a name that I hate more than that.
No, nor could the devil's name be more frightening.
You lie, you disgusting tyrant. I'll prove with my sword that I'm not afraid of you.
You were born from a woman. I fear no weapons used by those born of a woman.
Noise is coming from over there. Tyrant, show your face. If someone other than me kills you, then the ghost of my wife and children will forever haunt me. I can't be bothered to fight these lame soldiers who only fight for money. It's either I fight you here now, Macbeth, or I let my sword down unused. Judging by that great noise, it sounds like one of the highest ranking officials is being announced. I hope I find them.
Come this way, my lord. The castle's been surrendered without a fight. Macbeth's soldiers are fighting on both sides. Our noblemen are battling bravely. The victory is almost yours. It seems like there isn't much left to do.
Our enemies are fighting as if they're not trying to hurt us.
Sir, enter the castle.
Why should I commit suicide with the ancient Romans? I'd rather stay alive and see my enemies die by my sword.
Turn around, you dog Patel. Turn around.
You're the only man I've avoided up till now. But leave now. I have nothing to say to you. I'm already guilty of killing your entire family.
I have no words for you. My sword will do the speaking. You're too evil for words.
You can't harm me. I live a charmed life. I can't be hurt by anyone born of a woman.
You can forget about your charmed life. The evil spirit you serve could tell you that I wasn't born. I was cut from my mother before they could bear me naturally.
Curse you for telling me this. You frightened away my courage. I won't believe those witches anymore. They lie to me.
Then surrender, coward, and then we'll put you in a freak show, just like they do to deformed animals. We'll put you with a sign that says, "Come see the diadem."
I will surrender, not in front of Malcolm or the common people. Even though Burnham Wood really did come to destiny, and I'm fighting a man without a woman born!
I wish all of our friends could have seen that.
In every battle, some people will always die. But judging from the men I see around us, our great victory didn't cost us very much.
Macduff is missing, but so is his noble son. My lord, your son has paid the soldier's price. Death. He lived long enough to become a man, but as soon as he became a man, he died.
So, he's dead?
Yes, he was carried off the fields.
Were his wounds on his front?
Yes, on his front.
Well then, he's God's soldier now. If I had as many sons as I had hairs on my head, I couldn't hope that any of them would have died more honorably than he did.
He was worth more money than that, and I was one for him.
He is worth no more than that. They told me he died well, and that he settled his scores. With that, I hope God is with him. Here comes better news.
Hail King, because that's what you are now. Look here, I have Macbeth's head. We're free from his tyranny. Hail King of Scotland! Here you go, my king.
I shall reward each of you as he deserves. My thanes and kinsmen, I shall name you earls, earls of Scotland. So I thank you all, and I invite each and every one of you to witness me become crowned king.
Hello, I am Macbeth, and today I will be answering some of my most asked questions from my play, Macbeth. So, first question. What were you feeling during the fight scene with Macbeth? Well, I was feeling very powerful near the beginning, of course. I was king. I was Thane of Cawdor and Thane of Glamis. I got everything I needed, everything I wanted, just as the witches said. You know, still keeping in mind, beware Macduff. So I was a little intimidated there, because they told me to beware him, and here he is in front of me. So, you know, I was beating him, disarmed him. You know, I felt like, oh yeah, I'm good, I got this. And then he revealed my one weakness. he wasn't born from a woman. You know, kind of went a little there, kind of, you know, lost hope, kind of sort of lost and died. But, you know, what more could I have done? I was feeling hopeless near the end. I wanted to fight more, but kind of knew I was gonna lose, because that was my one and only weakness. So yes, that, to answer your question, that's how I was feeling during that fight. Courageous, hopeful, then hopeless, and intimidated. Next question. Why did you start going crazy after it was revealed that Macbeth was not born from a woman? Well, again, as I said, that was my one weakness. My prophecies were, beware Macbeth, and I can't be harmed. I can't be harmed by anyone born of a woman. Two things right there. And then, so they're all coming true. And Burnham Wood started moving. So if Burnham Wood started moving and that came true, you know, what was I meant to do? Be Macduff. Beware Macduff. Macduff's in front of me. And he wasn't born from a woman. I was gonna die. I knew. Next question. What was your relationship with Macduff? Macduff was my best friend, my good friend, like a brother to me. Became an enemy. I kind of sort of killed his entire family for my own personal gain. Not really sorry about that. I needed that. I needed the power. I needed all that, you know. That's what I was meant to do. It was promised to me. Just as the witches told me. It was promised to me. But, come to find out the witches lied to me. But that was promised to me. I needed that. Needed to do whatever I needed to do to get, to gain, my power. And, so, my relationship with Macduff became from friend to foe. That's what that became like. And last question. How were you feeling after killing young Sigurd? Well, after killing him, felt very, very much more powerful. Felt very confident, a little overly confident, if I might add. Cause, well, he tested me. I beat him. You know, I was feeling like nobody could beat me. I think I'll be okay, so long as I keep avoiding Macbeth. And I believe that's about it. So, yes, that's all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Malcolm. I am the king now of Scotland, but before that, I wasn't. My throne was overthrown. Before I became king, I was really cautious about everything since my dad was murdered. And ever since that, I felt like I should be more aware of who I should trust and stuff. I also felt like it was going to be like survival of the fittest, since my dad, who was the king, died, and I could probably be next and stuff. So I should probably be more cautious about my surroundings and be more not be more trusting towards others, and I should always keep my guard up. I also wish that I could overtake the throne ever since Macbeth claimed the crown. I also felt vengeful since like Macbeth took the crown and stuff, and I should probably be the one who should be the king instead, since my father was the king before me, and I should continue his legacy. To claim vengeance, I fled to England, I know, because I knew that Macbeth would probably kill anyone who tried to take the throne. So I fled to England, and I gathered support from another king, and with that, I returned back to Scotland and overtake the throne. And moving forward from that, I hope to be king, and I want to make sure to lead Scotland to its former glory. My relationships weren't that big, but I was supposed to be the rightful heir after my dad Duncan, but he was assassinated. by Macbeth, who I hate, and I want to claim vengeance for my dad, and be able to reclaim Scotland back. Macbeth, I initially didn't really trust him, but as time went on, I ended up trusting him more, and he ended up helping me reclaim Scotland. So,
Camera rolling. Hey. Hello. I'm Macbeth, King of Fife. I'm here to answer some questions that they gave me. What is your name? My name is Macduff, of course. I'm the Thane of Fife. I'm a nobleman of Scotland. What were your emotions during the fight? Going into the war, I was extremely scared. But knowing that I could have killed Macbeth, I also felt extremely motivated. Because prior he had killed my entire family, I had to get revenge for them. I felt a lot of anger towards that man. So going into the fight, sure, he had killed a bunch of powerful men in the past. Duncan, Banquo, my entire family. So of course I was a little scared, I must admit, but at the same time, I would die for Scotland. I would die to try to kill Macbeth. If I had the chance to change Scotland and to murder Macbeth and I didn't take the chance, I feel like I would have regretted it. So of course I had to fight anyways, because it's my duty as a nobleman of Scotland to try to defeat the tyrant. So that's what I did. And when of course, I was playing extremely defensively going into the fight because I knew that Macbeth would be extremely confident going into the fight because he had killed many men in the past, but then he told me that he couldn't be harmed by someone who's born from a woman. And that's when the fight shifted, of course, because I knew I wasn't born from a woman. He didn't know that. But I decided it was in my best interest to tell him that I wasn't born from a woman, to play mind games, because I feel like his confidence would go down, mine would go up if he started playing differently, or attacking differently, I should say. And once I told him, he started playing more defensively and more cowardly. And then that's when my confidence really boosted, because then that's... How many people do you know that weren't born from a woman, naturally? And I feel like me telling him that I wasn't born from a woman really shifted the fight into my favor. What are your hopes going forward? I feel like I want the people of Scotland to eventually forget about Macbeth and his tyranny. I want them to look forward instead of mourn in the past. Because I love Scotland. I don't want them to suffer from Macbeth even though he had already died. I don't want his presence to still affect Scotland 6 feet under. So I hope that Scotland will eventually forever forget about Macbeth and his actions. But I know it's not that realistic, but I hope that we eventually forget about Macbeth. I hope we eventually get a line of kings that will treat Scotland right. So yeah, what is my relation to everyone else, or to the others? I knew Macbeth because I was a nobleman of Scotland. To me, I feel like I'm also the complete opposite of Macbeth. He primarily just became king for his ambition and like his greed. I feel like he doesn't really love Scotland for what it is. I feel like he didn't have the right intentions with Scotland as our past king, Duncan, did. And then me, on the other hand, I'm just a nobleman, but I am extremely devoted to Scotland. I admire this country, I love this country, I would die for this country. I already put my life on the line for this country. So I believe that we are polar opposites in what we believe in and what we do. Yeah. think that is all the questions I have. Thank you for having me. It was good being Macbeth.
My name is Seward, and this is my son, young Seward. I think personally, as the Earl of Northumberland, as well as my son, young Seward, our primary motivators were needing to uphold our duties as soldiers, especially as allies of Scotland. As a young man in the war, I was mainly driven by the need to prove myself as a soldier and to also show others that even facing the most formidable enemies, I will not back down. We chose to lead the forces against Macbeth's army in order to restore the order within Scotland. And also, I believe that if the person has the power to do so, then they have the moral obligation to do the right thing. I chose to go against Macbeth in order to uphold my honor and to also cut his tyranny short, because what he was doing to people was nah, that wasn't it. My only hope is that the throne is given back to its rightful heir, Malcolm, and that peace is restored within Scotland. I also hope that my son, even though he's right here, but I also hope that he that God is with him in that place up there, you know. I hope that I withheld the expectations that were set for me, and that after the war I will be remembered as a brave soldier and not just some guy who died at the hands of Macbeth. Although I'm an ally, being from England, I don't know many people here. Other than Malcolm, of course, he calls me his uncle. If you didn't see that part in the play, I don't know. But I also know my son, young Seward, of course. And yeah. As for other characters I knew, I didn't really know anyone that well, if you can tell, besides my father, of course, and Malcolm, who I've met. But yeah, I didn't really know what Macbeth looked like. I've never seen the man before, so. Okay, my characters did not have that many lines, but some parts that helped me understand their characters better were young Seward's death scene and Seward's response to his death. I think page 211 and 217.